The fact that they had to immediately state that David is dead after announcing Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2 is objectively hilarious to me. Because they're on the internet, they must know that there's a contingent of the fan base that refuses to accept the fact that David is gone. And bro, I love the character, I didn't want him to die, but it makes no goddamn sense to think that he somehow survived. First off, we saw Atom Smasher literally kick the chrome out of him. And then we see Atom Smasher put one in between his eyes. And you can argue that technically we never actually saw the bullet make contact. But man, personally, I feel like it was a good artistic choice for them to not have the last image we have of David be him getting burst open like a cyber pinata. I feel like it helped emphasize that despite the fact that David did wind up getting zeroed in the end, he still won in his own way. He went out a legendary Edgerunner. He made it to the top of Arasaka Tower, a little bit differently than his mom had wanted, but still. He managed to save Lucy so she can go on and live her life and fulfill her dreams. So I think that the last image that we have of him being him smiling in the face of oblivion is the best way to leave off, rather than them showing us him actually becoming a stain on the sidewalk. I'm not inherently against the character's death being a fake out when it's done well, but in this case, wouldn't it just feel like it kind of undercuts the whole emotional climax of season 1 of Edgerunners? So I'm glad that they just flat out stated it, because there were still some people who were grasping onto their last straw. Because say that he lived, right? What would happen to him next? Atom Smasher mentioned that David could make an interesting construct, so what, you want to just find out that David's secretly in the basement of Arasaka Tower being experimented on? And then what, he gets saved and reunited with Lucy and they have a happy ending? It's Night City. It's basically the town's motto that there are no happy endings there. I get that a line of events like this could happen on a technical level, but I just feel like it would undercut the emotional weight of the show that we got by watching David veer closer to the edge, because he refuses to take his foot off the pedal. So yeah, David's gone and we all have to come to terms with that. Maybe he can appear in like a flashback. Maybe we could see a news clip of David wearing the cyber skeleton, and it could be a parallel to how season 1 started with David watching that BD of the guy that went cyber psycho first. Maybe we could see Lucy or Falco. You know, there's a lot of fun ways that they could tie it in, but if you're hoping that David is going to show up and be the main character of season 2, they're making it abundantly clear no chance of that happening.